it's hard for men to sleep with 100 women. Miss Pearl can go get 1,000 today. She sends out. She puts a story on Instagram. Meet me at the Motel 6, room 115. It's gonna be every that follows her there with their out, willing to wait for another to smash before they get their turn.
Of course, but who are we all? You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of where it's like, yes, we're aware of double standards. We all love them when it benefits us. But the truth of the matter is, it's like, if you meet somebody that makes sense, whether they have a kid, whether they've been with someone publicly that was in the league, it's like, why miss out on the potential love of your life just because some guy dated her and it didn't work out? They were meant to have a kid. They moved on. It's just like I said, but
that's the mature. That's probably the mature mindset. No, 100%. I wish I could think like that.
Off that too. It's like why are we seen as like the baggage? Like why do we, when it's like a blessing?
Mama, there's a baby daddy.
And also and also like I really thought, and so did my ex. We thought we were endgame, and then Zoe came before that. So honestly, it showed me that actually, you were not my end game.
Yeah.
And so it's like I had to learn in a different
I think it's the same ideology is the reason why men like some type of like purity in a woman, but women don't really like that in men. Like the girls that a lot of dudes go for is like someone who hasn't done everything in the book and like been around the world and seen everything there is to see and done everything. Like they like to bring like a new experience to a woman, and I feel like women are the opposite. They want a dude who has done his thing, can show him, put him on new things. I feel like it's the same ideology. I feel like men and women are wired different, but putting myself in y'all's shoes, the double standards would get irritating. The fact that we think that we can just have a crazy past and have a million bodies in our past.
A billion bodies. A million's generous.
But then
a billion.
But then we'll be tripping about if a girl we like has however many bodies. My question is, does that matter at all to you guys? Does past matter like at all?
That's hard because I feel like there's a part of me that's like, get it out of your system. I don't care what happened before me as long as it's not happening when I'm with you and after. Mm-hmm. But also like to some extent, because who are you exchanging energy with? Right. Like how
those are real soul ties. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
When you talk about baggage, like I believe in that. I believe that all these people that you've been with you can bring that into the next situation.
You can also cut the cord as well. But
absolutely. Yeah. So for me, it's like, so how accessible are you? Because then that changes things. Like, are you really picky with who you're exchanging energy with? That to me is important.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm 33 years old. I'm not having a conversation about like body count. Like in my mind, that's not like something I'm ever bringing up. I just don't care. Again, like every step that you have taken to arrive here, it's written. So for me to like get caught up on all these insignificant really details, like I'm more concerned about, do I like you as a person? Do I like who I am when I'm with you? Can I be more of myself with this guy? These are the three questions that mean the most to me. So all that body count and, all that other stuff before, to me, it's just like, yes, like it's very talked about in pods, but it's like, how are we moving this conversation forward in like a productive way? Because it's like, okay, I don't want a girl who's been with a bunch of guys. Okay, well, I don't want a guy who's been with a bunch of bitches. Great, now where do we go from here? You guys, we want somebody pure. Okay, but you're not. You're asking for something that you're not. Like
100%.
Like, are you waiting? Have you waited till you are married, or
no? That's what I'm saying. I think it is.
So you're not really pure either. You see what I'm saying?
I think it is a double standard.
Should she just be a throwaway at that point because she has a past, or can she turn her life around and become something of substance?
Regardless of how you spell the word housewife, you can't change a hoe into a housewife. And the only people that say their past shouldn't matter are women who used to be whores. Like she just proved it. We know that she got 100+ bodies. It's advertised. And then she says, well, you're not pure either. No one expects a man to be pure. They expect us to be able to provide. And a woman's chastity is her primary agency when it comes to, when we're dating. It's not ours as a man, because it's hard for men to sleep with 100 women. Miss Pearl can go get 1,000 dicks today. She sends out. She puts a story on Instagram. Meet me at the Motel 6, room 115. It's gonna be every nigga that follows her there with their dick out, willing to wait for another nigga to smash before they get their turn. Yep. None of us men can do that. We can't go on our story and say, "Hey, I'm passing out free dick today at the Hojo," and then we got a line of women showing up. That's not how life works. So when she's saying like, well, you're not pure either, or you've been with a million bodies, I've had to earn what it took for me to hit that many women. You were born with, all you have to do is just open your legs and be like, put dick here. I'd say half the niggas on the panel is probably gonna go hit Brittany Renner.
No, I ain't hearing that.
Oh, wait. So look, real quick. So you would hit Brittany Renner in private if nobody knew?
Of course I will. I'm talking shit. But listen,
Okay,
listen. No, yeah, no, I'm talking shit. Yeah, no, listen. The end game. No, I agree with everything you said. And the end game. Listen, she proved herself wrong with the end game, John. Right? She said the white girl. She said that was the he thought that her ex was the end game. That exactly proves why your past matters. You messed up in the past. You thought that your ex that you had a child with was the end game. You and then you divorced them. So that means you miscalculated. That was a huge miscalculation. You know what I'm saying? Like you caused, like it'd be different if he divorced her, but like she left him. So it's like, yeah, your past matters. Like you made made mistakes. You made miscalculations. You gave somebody who you now feel is not worthy of your body. You gave him your body. You gave him a child, and now you don't feel that way. You know, and they want us. They're basically deflecting, and they're basically trying to shame us for realizing that, like, yeah, it's not optimal to be with a woman with a kid. And like that dude, he was real. The interview, he was real vocal when he was with Plaque Boy Max. I think like he was real vocal. He on his little, like, he's like kind of, backing down. I don't like that shit. Like, bro, be as vocal and be,
Right.
as give as much pushback as you were when you weren't around them. You know what I'm saying? Like now he kind of like, yeah, I know it's just kind of hard. I kind of see it from. Nah, bro, you wasn't on that.
Hey, he was just trying to keep the show going, though. You got to think about it. If he pushed back too hard with those two women, he's not gonna get the content.
No shit. The shit he would have got a lot better. He would have got.
Well, no, because for what he's trying to do, right? Because he actually doesn't want to have a whole bunch of, controversial shit out. He got a contract coming up, so he's just doing a podcast thing.
That's a fact. He shouldn't even be podding for real.
He's playing it safe. You know what I'm saying? But
he shouldn't even be podding. Then you can't really.
I did have a question for the panel as far as men. So, do you think that men are affected by their past when it comes to women at all?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Our
So
past
it's not sexual, just not sexual necessarily.
Yeah, not our sexual past. Unless you was doing some gay shit, then yeah, you deserve all the shame you get if you was.
Yeah, or you was burning or some shit like that. Yeah, but
you was out here beating. If you was out here beating women, but as far as sexually, no. Ours is about like the effort that we put into to get to the where we are. Like, so look at JR. JR top 10% nigga. All the work he's put in his life matters because that's how he got to where he is now. So it's not about his hitting. It's not about how many women he knocked down in his past, 20 years of life. It's about the work that he did to become attractive to women, which those things like being, a provider, being emotionally intelligent, being educated, being safe, being able to provide protection. Those things matter for a man. How many women he's
JR had horrible credit 10 years ago?
Can he provide today? Like, so don't act like it's, bro. One thing it's almost kind of annoying when men do is act like they do that. You know what I'm saying? Men and women abide by the same standards because it's a different standard for us.
I didn't.
No,
say
that's where that logic goes. If he had bad credit 10 years ago, and I say he can provide today, what y'all do is, well, if she was a hoe 10 years ago, how could she not be one today?
Miss Pearl, if you were dating a dude and he was like the guy who wore the hot dog suits to tell people to come into the restaurant, but now he just a little bit more like, no. If you're dating a dude and he like mildly successful, but you found out like he was a dude who did the hot dog, would that change what you thought about him? Like he'd had like some like humiliating kind of job.
No, I wouldn't change how I felt about him because he could have took the easy route, right, and got a pack and started to sell, scam. So if he's doing something, you know what I'm saying? We know how we didn't grow up. Some of us got to get it out the mud. As long as he's doing something and he has a plan, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, you used to flip signs." but you're successful now. Like, what's the point of saying that?
The way you said that, I can hear you saying that in an argument. I ain't gonna hold you. You used to flip signs, mother.
Like, use a flip sign. Like, I would never down him for that. Even if he was still flipping signs, like there's always, like I say, easier route. And if he's not choosing that and he has that level of discipline and he's focused, hey baby,
is that
where you going? I'm not gonna judge you off of that.
Is that most women?
I think there might have been an easy.
Is that most women? I don't know. I'm just curious.
That's not most women. I might just be an anomaly in that sense.
Yeah, most women that aren't whores.
I mean, I ain't fast about him. Like, we see the people deliberately tag signs. It ain't too many women that's pulling up on the sign saying, baby, here go my phone number, DM me. Like, they riding past fast, right? So he wouldn't always necessarily be a choice. But if we keeping it real, like I said before, I can't necessarily dictate a man's hustle as long as it's not, like I say, selling drugs and scamming. I'm good.
Hold on, because I think that might have been an easy example. I think if somebody was, because he was working, I don't think that's but
hey, give me something else.
On the internet, we do see some men that are well off have been affected by women because of the type of woman she was, and they did get lost in the sauce, and she crushed them, and so now, he has some animosity, or he has a chip on his shoulder when it comes to like the women that he dates. So I do kind of sort of think that depending on the woman and who she was to him, that it can have an effect on said man. If he wasn't strong enough in that department, because like some men that are well off. I've actually seen in college, and I brought this story up before. I had a guy that, he was smashing tons of women. He had to smash at least about 1,000 women on the campus. People that was staying, like they were neighbors, and it was like 3 of them. He smashed all 3 the neighbors, and they knew, and they were like it was crazy. But the one woman he couldn't get, what he had an issue with, he couldn't get over that, to the point that he was hating on the guy that actually had got action with him. With her.
Was the reason that she wouldn't get with him because of his history?
It was because of his history, how he carried himself, like how thirsty he was, how entitled he felt, because he felt as though it should be no reason why she shouldn't want me because all the other women want me. But when he couldn't handle the rejection part of it.
Right. So here's the thing, though. We don't get to dictate other people's standards, right? Like in the video, she's complaining about the double standard. People are okay with double standards until they're not in their favor. There's double standards on both sides of the aisle, right? And the thing people have to realize is this. If women don't care how many women a man has slept with, then the women are the ones setting that particular standard. That's just what it is. If men care about how many men or women have been with, then men set that standard, right? It's no different than business. If you're trying to sell some shit nobody wants to buy, that's your problem. That's for you to sit with. You have to deal with that. The market kind of is what it is. You take your wins and your double standards where they benefit you, and you accept the ones that don't if you can't change it, and you move accordingly. That you take the actions that lead you towards the goal based on the layout of the land. Nobody says you have to like it. If men don't like women, if men ain't trying to marry women that have slept with a bunch of men, there's a simple solution. Don't sleep with a bunch of men.
Well, the next generation gonna have to start that, because our generation
is fair.
On average. Hey, what was the question you had for Pearl though, bro?
So Willie, because you said that if you found out that your wife had sucked a bunch of D's in the past, even though she ain't cheated on you, no nothing, everything good between y'all, you out, right? Yeah. That made me think to ask Pearl, kind of like the flip side of it. And Pearl, I'm just going with the assumption you're a woman, so maybe you don't care as much about how many women a guy has slept with. But if you were with a guy and then you found out that he cheated on every single woman that he's ever been with, are you now concerned about y'all's relationship? Are you considering leaving based on his past, even though he's never given you a reason to think that he's cheated on you. And Naomi wasn't up here, so I would have asked her the same question.
It would definitely raise a red flag. It definitely would, because you cheated on every other woman. That's like if you abuse every other woman. Do I have to wonder if your fist gonna come to me that day? But I think it would allow me to have a conversation with him. Those difficult, hard conversations. We have to go through your relationships. Like, why did you cheat? And it's not just, oh, they were terrible women. Like, now we're speaking about his ability to either provide emotional availability, competence, intelligence, his level of communication. Like, something was going on. It's not always that women are terrible while men cheat. A lot of the times men are just not unhealed in their own ways. And they use women basically to sexually masturbate with. But that's another conversation for another day. If it was specifically for me, then yes, I have to go through each one of those situations with you, those relationships, to figure out why you're cheating. And if those behaviors within you are still present. I'm not going to just assume, oh, I'm this wonderful woman and I didn't change him and he ain't just, no. Like, those behaviors can present themselves at any time. Like, they're called triggers. So I would really need to reevaluate him. Like, I would definitely give him kudos and credit for how he has been thus far, but I cannot dismiss the fact that you have been an infidel all that time. It's no different than any other situation. Would I be looking at his phone and like changing my thought process? No, but I would definitely, like I say, raise my observations. I would have to. I would be a fool not to. We definitely have to have a conversation.
Gotcha. Naomi, you want to answer it too?
I'm hoping that my mic can work. Can you guys hear me? Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm not at my house, so if me and him have been together and I don't find out until afterwards that he's had a history of cheating, I'm with Pearl on this, because what I don't want to do is bring, obviously we need to have a conversation, like, why did that happen type of thing. Where did that come from? What place were you at? Now, his responses will dictate whether or not I actually stay or not. Because if his responses are like, well, she pushed me to this and she pushed me to that and she pushed me to that. Because ultimately, if he cheats, that means he made that choice to cheat. So there has to be a reflection of accountability. Well, you know what? I just effed up. And if he's not taking, if in his words, like in his explanation, that there's no accountability, then he's more likely to cheat on me too.
Yeah, because cheating is a habit for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a tool that we have in our box for, you know what? I ain't got no head in 2 weeks, and she ain't cooked but one time in the past 2 weeks, and the house been dirty. I feel so unappreciated because I do all this stuff for the house. Let me go hit one of these chicks in my DMs. Like, it's a tool that a lot of men have. Like, I won't deny that. So if a man is a habitual cheater, you should definitely, take that into consideration. Like, if a woman is a habitual drinker and then, her phone dies, nigga, you should probably take that into consideration because she's probably sucking drunk dick. Like, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Sorry.